Hello there! Today we'll be giving this flower pot a bit of a refresh with one of my favourite shortcuts, napkins. If you've got a pot lying around and some time for yourself, it's a really relaxing project. Okay, so here's what we're using, and it's all really simple stuff. Obviously we'll need a flower pot. We're going to use some white acrylic, some Deco Pudge, a brush, and obviously some patterned napkins. And any napkin will do, but you may as well pick one that you really like. The first step is to give our flower pot a good clean, to remove any dust so that our paint can adhere cleanly to it. So we'll need a surface to lay our paint on. I'm using a tear-off paper palette, but honestly anything else can work. An ice cream lid, a plate, or a piece of cardboard. So let's squeeze out a little bit of this white acrylic paint. This is from the acrylic colour series. Dip your brush in some water. So I'm taking this nice and slow. Remember, this is a leisurely activity. It doesn't need to be done quickly. Now the reason we're painting an undercoat of white is because the Deco Pudge can make the napkins look a little bit translucent. This is obviously optional. With the white, the colours just look more vibrant. Have you created one of our projects? Make sure you send us a photo. We love seeing your creations. I think that might need a second coat, so we'll let that dry and then give it that second coat, which should smooth it all out nicely. Good tip for this is to now go the other way. So we went horizontal for the first coat and we'll just go vertical for the next coat. Okay, while that's drying, feel free to go and make yourself a cup of tea and have a bit of a breather. Alright, so I've printed out this handy template from our webpage. And this will help cover the pot so that there's no overlap and no wrinkles. So the first step is to cut it out. Okay, now I'm just retracing around my template. I'm just using a pencil for this. If you use a pen, it will show up. Okay, next we need to recut out our napkin in that shape. Okay, so that's cut out, and it's always a good idea to do a bit of a dry run to make sure that it fits. So I'm just missing one little corner that I couldn't fit onto the napkin, but that's okay. We can cut that out, that fits quite well. So now we can apply our Deco Pudge. So let's get that on. So I'm using the gloss Deco Pudge, but it also comes in matte. So I'm applying my Deco Pudge pretty thickly so that I can slide the napkin around into position if I have to. So before we apply our napkin, there's one very important thing to do, and that is to peel off the backing. Okay, now for the application. Stay inspired and don't miss a video from us. Subscribe and leave a comment below with what you'd like us to create next. We'd love to hear from you. Okay, so that's all gone down quite well. There's a couple of small little ripples, but I think they just add a bit of character. The next thing we have to do is to add in our little piece that wouldn't quite fit on our napkin. Once it's dry, go over the top with another coat of glue to seal it in. That'll keep it looking good and stop the edges lifting. And there you go. I've added a daisy, but herbs, succulents, or anything that you've got works just fine. It's a really easy way to make something feel a little more special. Whether you keep it on the windowsill or give it to someone, it's something you've made, and that always means it's a little bit more. Well, we really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. You and Deco Pudge can create a masterpiece. Don't forget to keep on watching, stay tuned because we've got some amazing new content. And above all, remember to keep on creating.